quiet, the veil thin as air. A voice calls child, and the cosmos is there. He shows me his world's like fire in the night.
Welcome to Come Listen With Me. I'm Ricky Black, aka Elder Eliezer, and it's Sunday, which means it's time for a weekend review and preview. So, last week we had our introduction to the Old Testament, to our Come Follow Me curriculum, and it's really a bit of a syllabus week, particularly coming off of the holidays. We get to learn a little bit about the Old Testament and set up how we're going to be reading and kind of viewing everything in the scriptures, right? We're seeing how the Old Testament testifies of Jesus Christ, who is Jehovah, or Jehovah of the Old Testament. And we know this because, well, when the leaders of the Jews challenged Jesus about his identity in the New Testament, he declared, "Before Abraham was, I am," right? And that sets up our whole perspective for how we're going to be digging through the Old Testament. It's like finding Jesus all throughout the Old Testament as we learn about everything else about his people. And finally, this week, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually studying Moses 1 and Abraham chapter 3. There's a reason for this, right? So as the Come Follow Me study guide points out, the Bible begins with the words, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." But what about was there before this beginning? And why did God create all of this? Through the prophet Joseph Smith, the Lord has shed light on these questions. For example, he gave us the record of a vision in which Abraham saw our existence as spirits before the world was. The Lord also gave us an inspired translation or revision of the first 6 chapters of Genesis called the Book of Moses, which doesn't begin in the beginning. Instead, it begins with an experience Moses had that provides some context for the creation story. So there you have it. This week is going to be about studying what came before the beginning of the creation, the work of the creation, right? It's going to provide a lot of context as to the why things are the way they are and how they came to be, and help us better understand things like that we are in fact children of God. It's a beautiful little bit of story. I'm excited to get into it, and I cannot wait to hear everyone else's insights into what they get out of the reading as well. It's really going to help us line up everything that comes after in the weeks to follow. This week's song is already available on Spotify and YouTube. Following last week's First Light on the Ancient Road, Stars, Suns, and The Work of Glory is this week's song. Give it a listen. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did in making it. Tomorrow starts day 1 of our 6-day reading schedule. So make sure you subscribe to the notifications so you don't miss a single day. And as always, thank you for listening with me today. I'll see you here again tomorrow.
Worship me now, but I've tasted the sun. Where is your glory? You've got none. I was made to stand where the heavens start, name in his palm, breath in his heart. When the night tries to tell me I'm small, I remember he made it all. This is his